Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I am the Twisted Jedi, and we just recently got the latest community transmission along with the patch notes from Ben, the community manager for Battlefront 2, which includes a lot of changes to the game. It looks like the next patch will include the new starfighter mode, lightsaber combat changes, the Sullustan skin being added, and even the ability to turn your lightsaber on and off, as well as a couple of other things in there as well. Now, you guys know how I normally do these videos. I will discuss the parts that I think are most important, as it's not really worth going through all of it, as a lot of things are just minor little changes, but if you want to read the full details, then the link will be in the description. Jumping right into it, the first thing, guys, is that it will be releasing on July 3rd, which if you live in Australia like me, it's already the morning of July 3rd, so this should come sometime tonight for us, as it releases at 10 AM Sweden time. If my calculations are correct, that should be about 6 PM for Australian Eastern time, and I believe somewhere around 4 AM US Eastern time. However, if I'm wrong, you can definitely blame Google for that one. So starting off with the content updates section of the patch note, it seems like we will be getting a fair few things added. Obviously, like I mentioned in the intro, a new hero starfighter mode, which will be 4v4 hero ships only mode that has been mentioned previously. This has been added as more of a dogfight mode for you hardcore starfighter fans and as a better way to level up your hero ships. They've also added the Sullustan appearance to the Resistance and Rebel version of the Assault class, which has been highly requested by the community, so it's good to see that finally being added in the game. They have finally included the ability for players to swap their appearances pre-round, which would definitely be great, as we will no longer have to see a Hoth Luke appearance running around on Tatooine anymore, because that's just cruel. And now players can match their skins to the map being played. On top of this, for lightsaber combat, they have added stamina count to lightsaber blocking and holding block, as well as a delay before the stamina starts regenerating. Stamina cost values are now significantly different for all lightsaber users, and players can now turn lightsabers on and off during gameplay by using the triangle button for PS4, Y for Xbox One, and the 2 key for PC players. On top of this, devs have redesigned the daily quest system to now give 3 quests per day instead of 1. So the daily reward per quest has now been reduced from 1,000 to 500, but we will be getting 3 of them, so it seems like we'll be able to earn 1,500 from the daily quests as opposed to 1,000. On strike, objective delivery zones are now visually represented in the world, and they have added Yavin 4 as a playable map on Jetpack Cargo. Now finally, for the content changes on Hero Showdown, they have added elements to the HUD that show the health of team members, which could be good as it's a nice way to know what your teammate needs, if they need help or if they're fine by themselves, if you don't have a party chat going on. There were a few hero changes, however, there are only 2 that I really think make a massive difference. And on the positive change, Rey's issue of her dash strike dealing multiple hits after being used has now been fixed, which was a really annoying bug because I died from it multiple times. And as I see as a negative change is that Palpatine has been buffed again, receiving an increased recharge time to his standard lightning attack, which didn't really seem to be an issue before, and he also now hits targets at close range with his lightning, which I think makes sense, but the first change to me didn't really seem necessary. There were a few changes to other heroes as well, but nothing major, and a long list of hero starfighter changes in preparation for the new starfighter mode that is also being added to the game. Like I said before, if I go through all of these, we will be here for an hour, so feel free to check out the full notes by clicking the link down in the description. As far as maps, crates should now be back in the rotation, which I know some people will be pleased about. It will make its return to Galactic Assault as well as the Blast rotation, so definitely a much needed re-addition there. Speaking of Blast, the player limit has now also been changed. It is now 16 players instead of 20 to prepare for the 4-man squad system introduced later down the line. Moving on to the general changes area, they've added a countdown timer on the tiles for limited game modes, so we know when they will be removed from the game. They've also added progress bars on weapons and weapon mods in the front end. Challenge tiles on the home screen now indicate what the player has to do to complete a challenge, which is good because they could be a little bit confusing sometimes. And they've also corrected the Arabesh quotes for the professional sportsman appearance for Lando. They've fixed an issue where continuous music would overlap with other standard level music, as well as some other minor changes to the game. Like I mentioned before, guys, this was just a brief overview of the patch notes, and the full list will be down below. I am really looking forward to unlocking the Sullustan skin and using that for my assault class. I will test out the new starfighter mode, but don't plan for it to be a big part of my gameplay because I'm not a huge starfighter person. However, I'm interested to see how it plays. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. I am the Twisted Jedi, and may the Force be with you always.
The Sith are all powerful, much for